By the way, there is one other way for the world to end. And that's Luke maybe. Decades after the Higgs boson has been discovered, after the Nobel Prizes have been handed out, Luke is working at a different particle collider in Long Island. He has a happy but complicated marriage, 2 beautiful daughters. And on a warm evening in July, he's sitting in a cinema with his girls watching Captain Underpants 4. Lately, he's been struggling with an equation. We're not talking E equals mc squared. This isn't special relativity, but it's important to him. And he's been banging his head on it. But it's dark in here. The air is cool. The conditions are just right for his mind to go completely blank. And when the lights come up, he's solved it. It's a small step forward. His colleagues are pleased. Their beers after work. But Luke will win no prizes. No buildings are named after him. And he dies 18 years later of bowel cancer. But the discovery that takes place in Luke's brain that night has got legs. It blossoms. It's the scientific equivalent of eggs, unspectacular in itself, but crucial to a surprisingly large number of recipes. Other scientists use Luke's equation. They build on it. It grows and evolves and mutates and unfolds until centuries later, in a flooded city, in a makeshift laboratory, in a disused theater, in a ruined world, a team of scientists work late into the night, trying to harness enough energy, Alice, to punch through into another dimension, where they hope to birth a new universe, exactly like this one. It's the most important attempt at IVF in human history, and time is running out. But on the 34th attempt, after years of heartbreak and hope and passive-aggressive rows and silent breakfasts, they're successful. And then they wait and watch. And through this portal, they observe the conception of the second Big Bang. It plays out exactly like the first time round, as something comes of nothing. All matter is plasma, a pea super that lasts 300,000 years. The Higgs field forms, gives particles mass. The universe becomes transparent. Elements are born. Stars. A thin disk of galaxy that looks strangely familiar. Followed by a solar system. And finally, in front of them, there's an embryo. A planet. The size of an apple. Not because it is small, but because it is far away. Not because it is small, but because it is far away. it grows and grows. Its proud, anxious parents watch as asteroids rain down on it. Oceans boil. Life appears and multiplies. Trees, lichen, crabs, sea urchins, dinosaurs, mosquitoes, hagfish, ratfish, parrots, loons, and short-faced bears, but because this process takes place in a dimension with an entirely different sense of time from ours, to the scientists watching, it appears to take place in under a minute. $14 billion years pass in 53 seconds. As chaos forms itself into something that looks a lot like home. And these scientists, and by the way, as people, they are really as different as it's possible to be. It's unthinkable for them to be unified in anything. And yet, as they stand there turning off the lights of the old world, preparing to step through this portal into a new one, they all have the exact same thought. They are looking at this lush, this fecund, this generous blue-green carbon copy they have created, the child that will allow them to go on living. And they have the same impossible, delusional, indulgent, but nonetheless necessary thought that any creator has. They think, this time, we're going to get it right.